IrishDragon Gaming. Don't forget to follow the link in the description. Use code IrishDragon for 10% off every purchase you make at W Energy. So let's get into the combat. That's what I'm very excited for.
Out the Thestral, which is part of that Dark Arts pack from the...
Oh, definitely got to get the deluxe edition to get that Thestral mount. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'm not sure if that's gonna be like story impactful choices you have to make for the dark art stuff, or if it's just, you know, yeah, you'll do some dark magic, and I'm curious to see if it's got the unforgivable curses, Crucio, the Imperious curse, and of course Avada Kedavra, the killing curse. Maybe they'll get into that. Let's find out. By the way, if you guys know anything about me, my #1 game to play on repeat back in the day as a kid was Fable, The Lost Chapters. And that made me fall in love with arenas. If a game's got an arena in it, it's gotta be good, right? So the Dark Arts Arena, I'm all about that.
Base game, we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has access to those. And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through multiple waves, in order to earn a different cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection.
I'm on board. I am fully on board. Arts Battle Arena. Fight waves of enemies in this battle arena with the unforgivable curses. There we go! Answered my question. Avada Kedavra, Imperio, and Crucio, as well as the Blasting Curse, Confringo. In addition to their unique and devastating effects, unforgivable curses break through all shield charms. I mean, guys, I'm gonna be in Gryffindor, but like, this super tempting.
And again, a great place for us to show off combat in general. So I think we're gonna jump in here. Andrew's gonna start battling, and we can start talking about everything you're seeing on the screen.
All right.
Okay, well that was Avada Kedavra, the killing curse. So, I mean, is there a limit to how often you can do, like, what's the cooldown on that? Because it seems like you could just wipe out these waves pretty easy if you could just kill them with a spell.
Oh, he just Avada Kedavra's right away. Oh my god.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my god.
Is that Crucio?
Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we use Avada Kedavra.
Okay, so you've got a nice little dodge and roll ability, and it's like, it's long range combat. Like, this is the way a wizard should be fighting. And this guy is definitely marked. I don't know if that's just for the arena purposes or if that was the spell. But oh man, you're gonna rip him over. He held him up, and now looks like those are probably just auto attacks where you're like blasting, just like magical blasts at him.
2-0, and we really are trying to honor the way Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations. You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to kind of build up as a way to kind of deal with its extreme power, just so that it's still fun to use. And then there's some ways that we'll probably talk about to adjust that. But
okay, so it seems like there's some pretty cool ways to combo stuff. Like, you see the way he's pulling him in and levitating him. So, like, that guy's stunned for a while. Like, yeah, let's play Pokemon Unite. That guy done got Sableyed for sure. Can't attack, can't move, and he's just got to absorb your own blast now. I like the way they balanced Avada Kedavra. The killing curse has a long cooldown, so it's still a spell you can use, but it takes a while to get it back. And it seems like the attacks, like, these aren't necessarily a cooldown meter, but a charge meter. I guess the more you attack, and like, you're getting combo points here, which probably increase the rate these come back at, where you can use your more powerful spells.
I don't know. I don't.
Community, we call it the ancient magic sign. I don't know if that's how it's called
Yeah.
in the game.
So the community is astute. So on the development side and in player facing in the game, we reference that as your ancient magic community.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
That is, yeah. So as your abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of history and your own abilities.
Okay, so it's got a quick shield spell that looks like you can use as a way to break an attack and open your opponent up. And they're talking about the ancient magic meter. I guess this one down here, right by my scroll bar, so it's interfering. But I guess that's the main idea of the story is learning about your own abilities, and you unlock new powers. So I cannot wait to see what that's about.
Powers, you'll see the R1 button appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy.
Okay.
But whenever you see the R1 or the L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very devastating and powerful ancient magic spell.
Oh, I hope they showed that. I love super abilities, guys.
To do a ton of damage against the character.
I see.
And the way that manifests itself depends on the type of
Ooh,
enemy
here we
you're
go.
fighting. And you'll see a wide variety of enemies in here that are pressuring the player in different ways. You'll notice there's abilities that kind of bubble up.
Well, let's go back. All right, so he's got one bar there, and it appears that now he can do the L1R1 super ancient magic
Depends on
spell.
the type of enemy that you're fighting. And you'll see a wide variety
And
of enemies
I'm
in here
assuming
that are
that's
pressuring
it, and it seemed like he just kind of blasted him into oblivion. Oh, and you've got dueling feats here, so you've got challenges inside of clearing these waves. Use Pt2, the shield spell, successfully 10 times, and perform a dueling combo 30 times.
player
So
in
that's
different
cool.
ways. You'll notice there's abilities that kind of bubble up under the player as he's fighting that force him to move. And there's different ways that we want the player to kind of move around on the battlefield. And that's actually a good link to the ancient magic meter in general. And the reason why I say that is because as you're doing different things in combat, you're Protegoing and you're doing different abilities and you can kind of spectate with your talents, there are different ways to get that meter to build faster and faster.
Okay, cool.
So one-
So hold on, back up just a little bit
As you're
there.
doing different things
So
in
he
combat,
pulls
you're
this guy.
Protegoing and
So he pulls this guy in, and then pulls like a sack and launches it at him while he's still in
doing
the
different
air.
abilities and you can kind of spectate with
So you can, it's just because he's held in the air, you can change your target, I guess, to that inanimate object and then fling it at him while he's still suspended in the air.
There are different
Oh,
ways
that's
to get
cool.
that meter to build faster and faster. But one of the most effective
Oh.
ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can launch.
I thought it was
the
just
thing
hanging
faster
there.
than
Was that Levicorpus hanging by his ankle?
you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing, and it's almost
Ooh.
like
Ooh.
your emotions are building up, and then basically that builds up enough that you can attack someone. But as the combo meter builds up, at some point you strike someone, and a piece of their magic kind of falls out of them. You'll see the blue orbs in the game world, and there's something that only you can see in the narrative, in the world. And it's another reason to move around on the battlefield. If you can go up and collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient magic.
Ooh,
meter
big
as you're
guy.
playing.
A lot about
Ah, he turned him into a chicken. If we go back just a little bit, I guess
can bring to
that was
combat as
his
well to
ancient
kind
magic super spell there.
of change the way you play, and I think Mackenzie
Cool.
knows a lot about what's going on with the plants and potions.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow in the room of requirement to combat to essentially kind of help you defeat enemies a lot quicker.
Oh, you grow your own plants and brew your own potions before you go out and do stuff. So you've got to tend your herbs and your flowers and your plants and then brew them into potions. And I'm wondering if like you've got to get them just right, like the perfect growth. Sorry, Mike. And get the potions just right. I don't know what, there are probably little mini games you can do. And I wonder if like a polyjuice potion, right, that takes days to do, and it's set up, you know, where the moon phases matter and all that. Like, is that going to be a factor in brewing your potions? Is time, the lunar calendar, the season, all that? And are you going to have a potion brewing for like 2 days and then remember to go back and tend to it, you know, stir it 7 times this way now, wait 2 days, stir it 3 times that way, whatever it may be. Dude, this game is going to be so good. I think it's such a good representation of the world that J.K. Rowling created
more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So against big enemies, hard-hitting enemies like trolls.
Troll in the dungeon!
Oh my god, he's just destroying. The troll just
All right.
from one of the Kadabra.
Obviously, we have the Wiggenweld potion as well, which increases your health. And then we have the focus potion. So when Alan talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will increase how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Right. Oh my god, there's just so much.
There is so much to this game. It's going to be so much fun learning all of this, having your look like hotkey potions and items ready to go, or tools I think they call them. Oh, it's going to be so much fun knowing when to use them. Like yeah, you're fighting 2 mountain trolls and you have Avada Kedavra as an option. Like, yeah, definitely blast the first one, use that focus potion, get that back almost immediately. You've just got to survive long enough for that to come back and take him out. That's kind of cheating, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. Magic.
You also have plants that you can fight with. And
Oh,
so we have things
did he
like the
make that
Venomous
plant happen?
Tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret, and it just kind of shoots enemies around the battlefield.
Oh, that's so
That is
cool.
so cool. This is
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Hufflepuff way to approach the battle. Yes.
No, that was super important to us, that there were these like multiple ways.
Dude, that's so awesome. Yeah, he said it's such a Hufflepuff way of combat, which is not a knock at all. Like, they've given dark magic a place, obviously magic of all kind, and they've added potions and other tools, but plants as well. You can bring plants in and have them fight for you. You use them in combat. The battle gameplay alone is going to be so much fun to learn. Oh, I cannot wait for this game, guys.
Another thing I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love, because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my style.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. I love that's an option. Like, yeah, you can just come in and blast through everything and play your own way, but like, if you wanted to get the dueling feats, I assume the rewards are better. You've got to play differently than you might otherwise do it. Like, defeat an enemy with a Chinese chopping cabbage. Like, yeah, let's defeat an enemy with that. Let's give it a shot. See how we can work that into our combos, into our battle style. So it promotes character growth, and I like that.
Things over here that may make use.
What in the Animaniacs? Where did the anvil come from? Sorry. My first thought was Animaniacs. Oh, man.
The green X's on characters. That's right. And that's kind of through your talents, you can unlock this kind of cursing mechanic that sort of like links the fates of these different characters on the battlefield. That way, as you get as you're cursing different characters, they all begin sharing damage.
Oh.
And so we have.
All right, so it's not just for the arena. Those marks did mean something.
Things like Avada Kedavra, which is the insta-kill, but if you curse everyone before you insta-kill this one guy, they can all drop dead for that kind of ultimate Voldemort fantasy.
Guys, I know they're the unforgivable curses, but how do we not use them? Oh, you curse the entire group, you get them marked with the X's, and then you Avada Kedavra one and they all go. Come on! How am I not gonna do that? I'm sorry, Harry. I'm sorry. But, to quote a great wizard who did terrible things. Terrible, but great. There is no good in evil. There is only power. And those too weak to seek it. So, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't have to use those in an evil way, right? We'll see. We'll see how the storyline plays out.